So I was born in England. I was the first child born to them out of Nigeria, something that my father always said, which is first generation born out of Nigeria. I would describe myself not only as the eldest, but on the one hand, the child of hope and expectation. And on the other hand, the child of sacrifice. We grew up in the melting pot of inner city London in a borough called Tottenham. He made it clear, I expect you to be professionals. There were 5 of us children at that time. And the professions that he would outline would be doctor, lawyer, accountant, architect, engineer. I don't want any teachers, no social workers, because you're going to be working for the government. Nothing against those. But that was the frame of reference. My high school experience was conflicted. I knew what was expected and I resented it. And so I underperformed. I definitely held out with the people that weren't doing so great. Because when I took the standardized exams, of course, what happened, I didn't do well. In fact, I flunked. My dad attended his first and only back to school night with me in tow, in his loudest, deepest voice, with his strongest accent. He demanded that they re-enroll me in these exit exams. Now, I call that walk home the long walk home, because my dad walked ahead of me, but would stop every few paces and tell me that the chip that they planted in my head needs to be removed, that I have come to believe the lies about myself that they have planted in my head more than the truth that he has told me, and that if I'm not going to make a change, he's going to give me an option. That option was a one-way ticket back to Nigeria. I went to a court hearing, not uncommon in my neighborhood, because most of us ended up either in court for ourselves or in court supporting somebody. And I'm at court, and I'm noticing for the first time, because this is the first time I've been in court, the people that were the decision makers, they were all one ethnicity. And the people with business in the court, defendants, were black and brown and olive. They were all from our immigrant communities. And I listened to the judge, and I watched his function, and I listened to the lawyer, and I thought to myself, this works for me. I took the exit exams 3 months later, and I finished top of my school. I went from being the flunk to being the school example of what a turnaround could look like. It's faith that said, after I finished college, that I'm going to go to the bar, knowing that the bar was a standard that was way beyond what somebody from my background would have achieved. Trying to compete to get into that school and knowing that there's only one school in the country. And by faith, you do the work because you by faith believe in that if I do what I can, Lord, you can give me the increase. And we passed. But now I wanted to do something for me. Something that wasn't just what my parents wanted, something for me. I applied to be a Pegasus Scholar. A Pegasus Scholar 34 years ago. Something that should not have been something that I would have been able to accomplish. It meant to be the face of the bar of England and Wales. And I was selected. I arrived in America in July 1990 with 2 suitcases and $1,500, looking for a sign with my name on it. My parents were so disappointed. Why would you leave behind all of this success to go somewhere where you know nobody? By faith. Those first years here in America were the hardest. But in the first 3 months, I decided to challenge the bar exam. And they told me I wouldn't be able to pass it because I hadn't gone to law school. But we did pass it. We passed it the first time. And then remember what I said about that judgeship? How's that ever going to happen, Lord? I'm an immigrant, first generation. You need to have contacts. It took me a year to fill out that application, and by faith, God made it happen, and I'm a judge. I never would have thought of myself as being the representative of the court and being the presiding judge, but I ran for it. I put in for it. I campaigned and spoke to my colleagues, and I was selected as the first African-American woman presiding judge of the Sacramento Superior Court. Be mindful about who sets the ceiling for you in terms of what you can be and what you can accomplish and where you go. So I would encourage a young person to speak to people. Sit down, reflect. Think about what your parents have given you and maybe what they haven't given you, because everybody doesn't have parents then. But get a sense of purpose, because then at least you're focused on a target. And if you're focused on that target, your destiny is lying right ahead of you. I want to make sure that when I check out, that I've left everything on the table. So that's my story.